Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to be talking more about nail damage. There's a lot of nail damage out there, so welcome to our new series called NS Nail Advice, where you guys send me pictures for me to review and give you a better idea on what's going on with your nails and give you advice how to make them better, how to improve them. Okay, so we have a viewer, and this viewer is from Germany, so thank you so much for sending your pictures, and let's see what's going on. Okay, so we got quite a lot of information. So she says, I never wore gel nails before 2 months ago when I decided to try them out. I did my own gel manicure and accidentally filed too much off since removing them with acetone, left glue-like residue on my nails, and I couldn't get it off without buffing. I thought I was careful since I only used buffer, but I guess I wasn't careful enough or my nails wouldn't have hurt so much for at least 2 weeks after removal. Yeah, because very often people think buffer is very gentle, but because buffer also removes layers, it just removes them slower if you put pressure on the buffer, and some buffers are quite harsh. They definitely will do a lot of damage. During that time, they started to break very deeply so that almost 1/3 of my nail beds were unprotected. People very often confuse the nail plate and the nail bed, so this doesn't, I don't understand what that means, but let's keep going. We'll figure it out. And I'm not trying to pick on you guys or anything. Like, I understand there is a lot of confusion, and this is my job to kind of maybe make it a little bit easier to understand, so we'll get to it. The exposed part started to dry up, even though I used olive oil to moisturize them. You know, olive oil is not the best oil to use. I've actually heard that it's not very moisturizing. It's better to use jojoba, but that's not what's going on here. The nail beds on the nail thumbs cracked and started bleeding. So I had to carefully file the hardened parts off to stop them from cracking. Okay, so the nail bed is what's underneath a nail plate. Nail bed is that skin that the nail is growing on, so you cannot crack the nail bed. So the nail plates on the thumbs cracked and started bleeding. And the reason why I'm so stickler when it comes to the terms is because when the terms are vague or misunderstood, then we are not speaking the same language, right? So you might be telling me something and I might be understanding completely different things. So it's very, very important that we understand each other properly. Fortunately, that helped, but my nails kept tearing, so I kept filing the torn parts as much as possible. My nails are very bendy now. Yeah, so I really highly discourage doing any type of work with the gels when you're not properly trained, and it's not, like I said before, so I hug all the business to myself. It's just that it's very easy to overdo it, and it's very easy to misunderstand what you see online, sadly. I've even done this little experiment where I asked people on Patreon, on our Patreon, what they see when they see a certain video, and what I saw was different to what they saw, which is a really an eye opener, because what I was showing them cuticle removal with electric file, and I showed them one video of me removing it and then someone else, and I was hoping that they would see a difference in how much dust is being created, but people didn't really notice. So that kind of is showing me that what you see is very often misunderstood. Okay, all right, so let's see what's going on. There's more. On my left hand, I removed gel only a week ago. Okay, so left hand, a week ago. I soaked them off and very lightly buffed with only a few strokes and put a nail polish, hand cream. Okay, so she talks about her nails first, and then she talks about this cuticle and the skin around her nails. So we'll split this video kind of very quickly. I'm gonna try to be to the point into kind of two areas. Okay, so what's going on with the nails? So she was saying the right hand she removed a while ago. And okay, so as you can see here, the redness is very concerning. What's going on here, the nails. Okay, so the nails normally have about 50 to 100 layers. And let's just say on average, let's just say 50 to be safe, okay? So when you see this, I would say, and I mean, it's hard to count layers, but from what I've seen, this is like 70% of nail removed. Yeah, this is a lot of damage. And the sad thing is that the nail, like I've explained in the previous videos, but maybe you're the first, this is the first video that you're seeing, is that the nail is not going from underneath here, it's going from here. So now in order to fix this area, you just have to regrow it, and it takes forever. So this is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Yeah. And no matter what companies tell you, the marketers tell you, there is nothing in the world that will rebuild the nail. No amount of keratin applied on top of the nails is going to fix the keratin that you've removed from the poor nails. So that's why you have to be so, so careful when it comes to buffing and very harsh manicuring procedures, because it takes months for this damage to grow out. So, and let's see the thumb. Sometimes this is indentation from very aggressively pushing the skin around the nails, or sometimes, well, very often people pick on the skin around the nails, and that's what happens. So this is where the nail is formed. And on the thumbs, this area, the lunula, is a little bit bigger. So this is the white part shows you where the nail is very, very soft and where the nail is actually being formed in the matrix area. So this area is very, very soft. So when you are picking, even not very hard, it can deform the nail plate. So let's see the left hand. So she just removed the gel from this hand, right? It looks so sad. This looks so bad. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. This is bad news. And I feel for you, because this must be very, very uncomfortable. And first of all, what I would say, do not use any hardening products, anything with formalin or formaldehyde. I wouldn't probably even use anything 1-dimethylurea, because I would try to be very, very careful, because what happens is all these products are okay to be used on the nail plate that's intact, okay, that it's like thicker. But if this nail plate is overfiled, when there was like 70% of the nail plate missing, the lower layers of the nail plate are very spongy. They're very delicate. And if you put product on top of it, that product is going to soak in through the nail plate into the nail bed. And you can then develop allergic reaction big time, because you're applying then this product on like a fresh skin underneath, right? So this is really overfiled. This shows me like you almost can get separation here, and I think that's what she was saying. So what happens is that this type of trauma can cause onycholysis, which is separation of the nail plate from the nail bed. And it takes time to get better. So what I would do is very, very gently even clip this area, if you have very good sharp clippers, just so there is less pressure on this nail. Because what happens is, you see, okay, in this nail, that's exactly what I'm trying to show you. If this is very, very bendy and you push down on this end, this area becomes lighter, just to showing us where the pressure area is. So usually the nails will break in this area, the pressure area, which is around here. So it's best to keep them with no free edge. Yeah, oh, you see the thumb? Exactly. The poor thumb. Sometimes it's just from kind of picking at the skin. Okay, let's see what else we have. That's the same. That's the other thumb, I think. Okay. So let's get to the second part of this video. Okay, so let's kind of recap everything. The nails are really, really damaged. They just, and I kind of hate to tell you, but they just have to grow out. So keeping them very, very short, and I guess learning a life lesson that removing gel that way was a very, very bad idea, and buffing the nails was a very bad idea. We will talk about products that will help as well, because she mentioned a few products that are available in her area. at the end of this video. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's go back to the second one because she was talking about the skin around her nails, and there was a lot of confusion, right, about the cuticle and the skin. All right, so I usually push back my cuticles with orange stick and or metal pusher from Orly that is angled. And so how often do you do it? The reason why I tell people to do it at least once a week is just because then there is not enough time for the skin to stick to the nail and to stretch. So she pushes back her cuticles, which is, again, there is two skins on your nail. One is the proximal nail fold, and the other one is cuticle. Okay, so let's see if we can go over what is proximal nail fold and what is cuticle. So proximal nail fold, I know it's a term that is a little bit difficult to remember, so you don't really have to remember. All you have to remember is that this is a living skin. So what part of this is a living skin? Up to here. And then from here, that little white thing sometimes is the cuticle. So I don't see cuticles because there's no such a thing as a cuticles. And again, I'm not making fun of you whatsoever. You know, that is improper terminology used by many companies. So I'm not surprised whatsoever. So what you should be doing, I would even say every day, just taking a very gentle wooden orange wood stick and just kind of nudge back that skin, okay? And think of this as a skin. This is not your cuticle. This is your living skin that we have to take care of. And then once a week, put the blue cross on this area on the nail and just kind of remove the cuticle that's on the nail plate. And if you do this once a week, there's not going to be anything that is growing because this is confusing me here. The poor nails, my goodness. I usually push back the cuticles with orange with a metal pusher from Orly that is angled and figured it was because I'm using too much pressure. After that, I use e-file. Oh, brother, the poor nails. To clean the cuticle area and file them off with a rounder nail drill bit and exfoliate the skin around the nails. Not a good idea, I'll be honest with you. Okay, here you can see the cuticle, I guess. Yeah, a little bit. So if, let's say, your nails are in this condition and the skin is in this condition, so just gently maintain this. Like you don't really have to do that much work. But you see all this white area, this is your lunula, and this is where the nail is very, very soft. So just do this very, very gently. And, you know, once you understand that this skin is dry, think about how you treat skin that is dry. If let's say you have a dry skin on your face, do you take sandpaper and just sand it so it feels smoother? No, you're gonna put cream, right? If that cream soaks in and your skin still feels dry, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put heavier cream. If that doesn't work, you're gonna put Vaseline on your face, right? Because you wanna make sure that that skin feels better. So this is exactly the same thing. This is a living skin. And the dead skin is underneath, that is never overgrown. What's overgrown sometimes is the living skin because we abuse it so much that your body is freaking out saying, oh my God, someone is trying to kill me here, so we have to protect ourselves. So I see something here, like a little blisters. Okay, now this is very confusing. Since the cuticle skin takes up almost 1/3 of my nails, I don't see that. Like 1/3 would be here. There was no, I don't know. I actually had to go back to the email to make sure that the text was connected to the right pictures because I really don't see that she really has anything that overgrown. Forbidden skin flap and left that is dry and hard even though I use nail oils. Okay, but again, how often would you use the nail oils? I would say after every hand wash, just a little dab. I need to file them off, don't, because again, the more we file, the more the skin is trying to protect itself and it's going to grow more. So for example, like when you have a scab, you're supposed to keep it kind of moist and you have to keep it protected. And wait until until your good skin underneath push it off, right? So, but when you are picking on it, you're just making it worse. You're just hurting your skin. Yes, because whenever you used to cut it, they would easily bleed. Yeah, because you are cutting a living skin that you should not be doing. About 3 days ago, followed your advice, use the Blue Cross cuticle remover, push the cuticles away, and the results you can see in the pictures. I don't know if this is especially hard for me to take care of my nails, and hard because the skin of my nails reacts to the slightest change in weather. With extreme irritation, they get itchy and crack, sometimes they're bleeding, and are often swollen. Luckily, this time it was not so bad. I could stop the skin from further cracking and swelling, went down within 2 nights. Poor, poor skin. Just want to go back. Oh, here, my index finger is itchy and a little puffy. Okay, so index finger is a little itchy. I removed only once a week ago. Index finger is a little itchy. Yeah, okay, so I guess this is reaction to the gel since I had it the first time I used gel too. Okay, so this is what it is. So this is the index finger. My goodness, can I find it again? Yeah. Yeah, so, well, reaction to the gel, not really. It's kind of overexposure to certain chemicals in the gels that are not cured properly. And usually that will happen either right after the application or after the removal. Because when you are removing, I'll leave a link to another video that I did about allergies to or overexposure to gel polish and how it happens. So yeah, it very often happens when you are soaking it off because if the product on the nail was not cured properly, up to like let's say 90%, because you can't tell with your eyes how it was cured, because gel gets hard when it's cured up to 50%, but you still then microscopically have 50% of uncured and reactive gel. So once you go to remove it and you buff it, first of all, that dust is going to go all around the nails. And then, second of all, when you are soaking it off, the acetone is going to mix with that uncured gel and soak right into the skin. So and your body starts freaking out because, you know, it's a reactive product. So that's what's happening. And also, when the nail is so overfiled, it can really cause issues to the nail bed as well. And it can cause major lifting and really bad situation. Okay, we're almost done. So she is in Germany and she said what she has. Has CeraVe moisturizer on hand. Perfect. Use this after each time you wash your hands, just a small little pea-sized amount. That's it. Carousel, I know I recommend it so often because I use it and it's really good. It's only available, and I know it's a US mainly product and it's not available in Europe really. But she found a product that contains 10% urea, 11% glycerin as well, with 10% salicylic acid and Vaseline. Yep, with these two products be replacement when used together. You know what? Send me pictures maybe of the ingredients of both products. I'll take a look, but looks like it, definitely. Or let's say if you have urea and glycerin and something else, just add the Vaseline. Like a pure Vaseline is awesome. C&D Rescue RX is available. I would definitely recommend it. Using nail polish on these nails, I would say, yeah, you know, because again, so she mentioned Dazzle Dry is not available, which, yeah, it's very sad. We don't have it in Europe here, because I would tell you to use the base coat and a top coat as kind of strengthener coat, but we don't have it. So I would say just use a 1 coat of something or 2 coats of something on the nails, just so it will add a little bit of coat to the nails. They just feel better, and it really doesn't matter which kind of cream, but don't use the cream, which type of nail polish. But again, don't use anything that has formaldehyde. Again, there was nothing wrong with formaldehyde or formalin really. It's just not for such a damaged nails. And I wouldn't suggest anything with dimethylurea, but you know, all the other products I would say are pretty okay when it comes to this. And she says she has 5% urea cream. That's not eucerin. Yeah, you know, there are so many good cosmetics on the market. I usually find the ones that are in pharmacies here in Europe are usually a little bit better. And I would choose the ones that don't have a lot of fragrance. And they don't have to be super expensive either. Use thick products, you know, as and just use them in a small amounts because your hands look pretty dry. So, and the skin looks a little bit irritated. So definitely, maybe your hands are exposed to water a lot. So you need some more protection. And very often I hear that people say, "Oh, I don't put cream on because then I wash my hands." Yeah, but the thing is, every time you wash your hands, you are removing the lipids, which are the oils from the skin. And the lipids are the substance that keeps the cells bonded together. So what happens is, if you keep washing with soaps, the skin is just breaking down and the nails are just breaking down. So if you replace those oils and then you're washing your hands again, at least you're not, I'm going to kind of make a funny comparison, but at least you're not washing off your oils. You're washing off the ones that you just applied. And at least you're like 2 steps forward and 2 steps back and not just steps back. You know what I mean? So also, it is important to wash your hands if you know, wash your hands a lot with very, very gentle cleansers. And I suggest the CeraVe facial wash. That's what I use very often, the foaming one, because it has different detergents that are much more gentle. I think Eucerin has a really good one as well. I have a 2.5 urea cream. That's not Eucerin on hands. Yeah, definitely. No, just try whatever you have. The reason why I kind of recommend certain things is necessarily not that they are the best, but I just have a very good experience with them. So don't throw away whatever you have unless it has a lot of fragrance in it. Even natural fragrance like essential oils, I'm not a huge fan of at all. And I wouldn't recommend using. They can irritate the skin, especially when you mentioned that you have issues with your skin. And so very, very gentle stuff. The Dazzle Dry nail polishes are not available, and I couldn't decide on alternatives. I would say use anything. You don't have to apply anything that's super expensive. Dazzle Dry is very different, and that's why I kind of recommend it. It's very, very gentle on the nails. I haven't been able to find anything that's very similar. Maybe try something. You know what? I'm not gonna complicate things at this point. Just wear a coat of something just so the nails will, you know, not feel as sensitive. Anyway, I'm really sorry again for such a long video, but these poor nails need a lot of help and a lot of love. So I hope this video helped the person that I'm making the video for, and I hope that the video helped you as well. And I would love to see the progress of this person's nails. So please, if you would be so kind to send me pictures in a month or two so we can see how the skin around the nails is healing with the advice that I gave you and how the nail is growing out, and we can kind of make a really cool progress video. I would absolutely love doing that. So this is it for today's video. Again, I hope it was helpful, and I still have a lot of videos that I want to make, so please have patience. I'm trying to do my best, and I hope I'm not spamming you with all these videos, but obviously there was a lot of need for such advice, and I'm very happy that I can provide it, and I'm very happy that there is interest in natural nail care and skincare. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.